of all we lost to 9/11 related illness on September 12th and reading aloud the names of service members we lost in the War on Terror on Veterans Day. Help this nation to never forget its greatest heroes. Do good in their honor. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
And we are back with first-time caller Alicia from Syracuse, New York. UFOs visit you every birthday, and you communicate with them using light language, which you say sounds like the Lakota language.
Yes, so it's not every birthday. It was just my first birthday party.
Okay.
But I do communicate. I have communicated with them for my entire life, and still do. And about 12 years ago, I started speaking in a different language, and my father identified it as a native language. And since then, I speak, I don't know how many different types, but many. And you listen with your heart, not with your mind, and they're very healing frequencies. And so I just want to mention a couple of things. First of all, I love the show. So thank you for having me on. So right now there is a, I would say free ticket for people who want to accelerate their ascension. DNA upgrades are available to all. These light codes are coming in. They're just going to beam in. And if people are in a lower state of vibrational frequency, if you're feeling like guilt or shame, those are very low states, you're going to have a difficult time with that. People that are in purity and, happiness, they're going to have a very graceful integration of this. And they're the people that are here to help and assist our brothers and sisters throughout this time. So the key really is finding 0 point. And that will give you access to any dimension. And that will give you access to be able to control and manipulate and guide your way through time. We are taught that time travels from point A to point B in a linear line. That is not the case in my opinion, because my main thing is I work with a council, and they, I'm not going to say the name, but they are a council, and they like to call themselves the Council of Perception, or something like that. Because everybody's perception is different, and that's a whole other subject. But so if you take A and B in linear, okay, time is not linear. We know this now, especially moving up into dimensions. If you can find C, and I relate this back to C on the piano, that's another topic, but I'll just stick with C. So you put C right in the middle of A and B. You get to see through a meditative state. You get into the zone. You feel like you've been in the zone where you can accomplish anything, and everything just comes to you naturally. And it's a wonderful state of being. That's an enlightened state. If you're in that state, there are ways to expand or contract time and even more. So it's really limitless.
Have you ever been taken aboard, Alicia?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been taken aboard one of these crafts?
I have been on. Yes, I have been on. I've gone on.
And do you have conscious memory of it?
I do have some.
What was it like?
I have never been tested on. They won't test it on me. So I don't have any negative memories. They just kind of check up on me, and we exchange data, see how things are going. I work really closely with the Syrians, the blue beings, and I work closely with all of them, some that are not so let's say, smooth to be around. Their energy's a little warlike and kind of harsh, but I still do work with them. I have seen different studies going on. I've watched different studies going on. I've seen some interesting things. Mainly, like, we usually hear these structures looking very pristine and like chairs coming out of the walls and things like that. That is true. And I did see some hybridization projects going on where DNA from different people was being taken, not in a malevolent sort of way, just they're studying. Like we studied like ants and rats, and we do studies. So, higher dimensional beings are going to, of course, study us. And right now, well, for a while, Earth has been the most, people want to come here the most, souls want to come here the most. We get to accelerate really quickly if you come here. It's the school. I don't want to say of hard knocks because everybody says that, but it's really for the more advanced, and you have to be pre-approved. And it was interesting. I was shown once by someone, Metatron, his name, one of his names. He showed me a vision, well, astrally, because I go out of body a lot. And I was seeing all different people in uniforms. And for instance, I was dressed up as a fairy because I do work with the fairy realm. I have pictures and all that fun stuff. But I was seeing people dressed up like a burglar and things like that. And I was told, we are all the same. And I know everybody hears this now. We're all one. We're all one. And it's almost like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. We're all one. But I truly saw that and felt it within every fiber of my being, that even the blades of grass was breathing in sync with the collective breath. And everybody is here to play a different role. So we label people as bad or good or this or that. We are all here to balance out one another. And I'm not quite sure why exactly, but, well, it's for ascension. And
got it. Okay, Alicia, I got to move along, take some other calls, but it was great meeting you, great talking to you, and thanks for calling in. All right, let's say hi to, let's go, we're getting a lot of calls from the West Coast tonight. Wild card line again, Mary's in Los Angeles. Mary, welcome.
Found what you were saying to be so true. It's almost like together, all those are a living organism, and the good and the bad and the red and the green and the purple and the orange all have to be together, or there would be no organism. You need the contrast. So, but anyway, I talk about contrast because I do artwork. I guess you could say I'm an artist, and I do religious work. I was trying to bless my property. I was losing it to inspectors, and I lived in East LA at the time. And I wanted to make a picture of the Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe, thinking she would bless us. And so I used a pen on a wall that was already aqua. And then I took white paint, and the Holy Spirit moved me to be doing the undercoat, which would be the light. So I just did the undercoat where I would want the light, and I took a picture of it so I could remember what it looked like. It was very big, like the size of a human being. And I got away. And as I got away, I took the photograph with my cell phone, and I looked at the phone, and there's a picture of Jesus, the cloud, and it looked like the Shroud of Turin. That's Jesus. And people would look at it close up, they wouldn't see anything. It was as if I was guided by the Holy Spirit to make the picture. And when you talked about the Shroud of Turin, I wanted to let you know there must be something to it, because I wasn't consciously making a picture of Jesus at all.
Right. I'd love to see a picture of that. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I'm going to look. It's in Google somewhere. I will look for it and I'll send it to you, yeah.
Yeah, reach out to me through the website, strangeplanet.ca. strangeplanet.ca. I'd love to see that. Thank you, Mary. Great call. We're getting another call from Vacaville, California. Michael, welcome.
Hi, Richard. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Your listeners are never going to look at the Central Valley of California the same again after this call. And I'd like to preface it by saying I probably saw the most amazing sight any human living today has ever seen when I was 12. An asteroid 50 miles across going 200,000 miles per hour. Just missed this, and it changed my life. And that's why I know some things, because I know how big they are. And I know they're real. The Central Valley is a glancing blow of a mountain-sized asteroid. Now, we all understand the Yucatan Peninsula asteroid that took out the dinosaurs, created the Gulf of Mexico, and pushed the ocean bed up to create the state of Florida. That's how big these asteroids are, people. Well, the one that hit California, hit near Redding, glanced off of a mountain range near San Francisco and cracked open the San Francisco Bay, deposited all that gold in the Sutter Valley area, the Sutter Creek area, and then it glanced slightly left, ricocheted over the mountains of L.A., and ripped out the Sea of Cortez between Baja and Mexico. And it accounts for all the earthquake fissures we have in the state. It accounts for the gold deposit. That accounts for the cracking open of the San Francisco Bay and the Sea of Cortez. All this lines up on a map. It's obvious. But what...
All right, we lost Michael. Not sure what happened there. Let's say hi to Rich in San Francisco. Another, boy, oh boy, we're really lighting it up on the West Coast. Rich, welcome.
Thank you very much. There was a guest on just a couple of nights ago with George. His name is Adam Bly. Now, he made the rather peculiar observation about what he called the Marian apparition in Fatima, Portugal. That was, I believe, 1917.
Correct,
and
yes.
He made this peculiar reference. He so much wants to believe in Marian apparitions that he referred to those who described it otherwise as not being that, possibly a UFO event, and he said he called them atheist communists. And I thought, gee, I mean, really? You have to be an atheist communist to deny that an event is not an Marian apparition? That's kind of weird. Because Elie Marzulli, who's a frequent guest on with George, comes to the same conclusion as those folks he called atheist communists, are the guys in evangelical.
Right. No, I don't think it's an either. No, it's not an either-or proposition. I don't think that you need to necessarily subscribe to, that apparition as a visitation from the Blessed Mary. I mean, I think you could maybe offer up a more prosaic explanation and still be considered a Christian in good standing. It's not an either-or, for sure. I agree with you.
Well, exactly. I just thought this fellow needs some kind of help because he's not thinking very clearly. I personally don't believe in such things as Marian apparition. I think that Roman Catholicism itself is a brought the fallen angels. Actually,
well, that's not an. All right, Rich. Thanks for checking in from San Francisco. Appreciate the call. I think we can squeeze in one more. Let's say hi to Thomas. He's in Bomberton, Texas. Hey, Thomas, welcome.
Hi, yes, sir. Hey.
Hi there.
Bomberton, Texas, man. We're on the Big Empty. It's called the middle of nowhere. But anyway, I live like basically in the middle of nowhere. But one day, I mean, we have dragonflies and whatnot, that swarm around the stock tanks and whatnot. Well, we're standing out there last year. There's about, I guess it's almost October, and this swarm. I mean, I've never seen. I mean, you could, if you could have reached, you could have grabbed like 100 dragonflies, and I've never seen anything migrate like that, like insects. Like that.
Right, I didn't know that dragonflies swarmed like that. I think they're fascinating. I love dragonflies. I love dragonflies.
I mean, it was, I mean, it was just insane. I've never seen it once. I've never seen it again. But I got to tell you, too, I mean, I live out, you know, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And I got trail cams set up. And you wanted to talk about, you know, strange things in the sky. Well, on one of my trail cams, there's this light. It just like rises and then rises. I mean, it just shifts because the trail cam only takes like pictures when something moves, give or take.
Right.
And there's a time and date on it and all that. And there's this raccoon in the trail cam, and he's staring at the light. You know, like, what the hell is that? And then there's a coyote standing there on the trail cam looking at the light. And I know where trail cam's pointed. And, I mean, nobody's out at, like, 4 in the morning plowing a field. I mean, there shouldn't be any artificial light whatsoever. And
all right, listen, Thomas, I got to get you to hold on too. We're rolling into the break here, bottom of the hour. Esther Phillips, just say goodbye. Back with more of Open Lines on Coast to Coast AM.
And your arms held me tight. You said you'd give me your heart, but you just lied to me from the start. Won't you please stop pretending and just say goodbye? No, I won't cry, and I won't cry. You're not my guy.
KFI News on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks.
I'm Brian Bruman from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. If you want to eat indoors at a restaurant or go to a bar in Palm Springs, you're going to need proof you have been vaccinated against COVID-19. In lieu of that, someone will have to show proof of a negative COVID test within the previous 72 hours. Kimberly Guzman, the manager of the restaurant Manhattan in the Desert, tells KTLA the new city rule is not going over well with some customers.
Me and my staff, we try not to take it personal, but sometimes they're downright nasty. Yesterday I asked an older gentleman, excuse me sir, do you have your proof of vaccination? And he used the F word right in my face, so obviously I asked him to leave.
It will be up to individual businesses to enforce the new vaccination rule. Consumer spending in the U.S. is up slightly. The Commerce Department says spending increased 0.3% last month, but inflation over the past year has gone up in the fastest pace in 3 decades. SoCal weather from KFI, brought to you by Molina Healthcare. There's a heat advisory in the San Fernando Valley until Sunday night, mid-90s to mid-100s in the inland valleys. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Berumen.
Crash in Highland Park on the southbound side of the 110 freeway before Avenue 26. Car on top of the center divider. All lanes are stopped at the moment. You're jammed back to Avenue 43. West Covina, ongoing problems on the westbound side of the 10 before Puente Avenue. It's a fatal crash investigation. Only the right lane open for you. You're backed up before Pacific Avenue and Fontana on the northbound side of the 15 before the 210 freeway. 3 right lanes blocked by crash. Left lane open. Really heavy delays as you approach Foothill Boulevard. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Kubicki.
For the health coverage you need close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventive services, prescription drugs, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
Another mortgage tip from Owning. Have you refinanced in the last couple of years and would like to take advantage of today's lower rates, but you don't want to start your mortgage clock all over again? Problem solved. Owning's roll-down program offers you a new loan at today's low interest rates with no closing costs and simply rolls the remaining term down for qualified borrowers. For example, say you have a 3.25% mortgage with 27 years left. Today, Owning will roll your balance and term down to a 27-year loan with a 2.625% APR. The result? A lower payment with the same number of payments left. So roll it down with Owning. No balance or term increase, just a payment decrease. That's a great mortgage tip. Call 8332-OWNING to roll down your mortgage payment.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions. Equal housing lender.
That's 8332-OWNING or owning.com.
It's the word mattress stores can't stop shouting every Labor Day holiday. Sale! Sale! Right, Dad. Every mattress store advertises their huge Labor Day sale, but only Sit and Sleep has technology that actually helps you choose the right one.
Because only Sit and Sleep has FitMatch technology that scientifically recommends the level of support that's right for you.
So why look for a low price on the wrong mattress when you can get the lowest prices of the year on the right one during Sit and Sleep's Labor Day sale?
Save 50% off select mattresses from Sealy, Beautyrest, and Kingstown. And with your good credit, pay 0% financing for 36 months on purchases of $19.99 and above with 10% down and your minimum monthly payment.
Plus, save $700 on temper adjustable sets. And tri beds from Casper, Nectar, and Hybrid Infinity all on sale. So this Labor Day, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
And forget all those mattress stores screaming, sale, sale!
Since when don't you like screaming, Dad?
Very funny, Drew.
What do you mean, summer's almost over? It's summertime all the time in SoCal. Oh, you are so silly. And now the top 5 reasons to visit Morocco. Number 5.
Paul, Donnie, and Mark are calling you. Wahlburgers is now open.
Number 4.
Labor Day weekend is calling. We will sell out, so book your hotel room now.
3.
Did someone say pool party? Why, yes, we did. Grab some friends and kick it up in a cabana today.
Number 2.
Play Holden, Omaha, or 7-card stud right now. No matter what's your game or the hour, there's blazing action 24/7 in our poker room.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo is calling. Thousands of slots, tons of table games, new bars, restaurants, and spectacular renovated rooms.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Are you ready for fall, but your house isn't? Luckily, Lowe's has what you need and the prices you want to get your front yard, backyard, every yard ready to host this season. Gardening and grilling and leaf blowing starts at Lowe's. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
At 01-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Richard from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Richard Serrett.
Welcome back. In one of the weirder showdowns between two members of the animal kingdom, a pugnacious leopard wound up on the losing end of an odd battle with a porcupine in South Africa. The strange conflict reportedly unfolded in the middle of a road crossing through Kruger National Park and was captured on film by wildlife photographer Mariette Landman. Before an audience of several captivated tourists safely watched from their cars, the skirmish began with the ferocious feline stalking the quail-covered rodent before finally making its move and swiping at its intended prey. Alas, the big cat's plan of attack proved to be rather foolish, as the porcupine was able to deftly maneuver itself so that the quills protruding from its body provided a natural shield. Nonetheless, the determined leopard kept attempting to claw at the creature until it wound up with one of the spikes in its paw. Ouch. Now, that's not the end of the battle, however. You can go to coasttocoastam.com and click on the highlight carousel to watch the rest of this showdown. If you become a Coast to Coast Insider, you gain access to the Art Bell Vault. It's a curated collection of vintage Art Bell shows, including rare fifth hours, with commercials and breaks removed. It's available for on-demand listening across all platforms, Mac, Windows, iOS, Android. 2 new programs added to the collection each and every week, and all this for about 15 cents a day. To become a Coast Insider and gain access to the Art Bell Vault, just go to coasttocoastam.com. When we come back, we'll get back to, I believe it's Thomas in Bomberton, Texas, talking about things he's captured on his trail cam. Back with more. Open lines, Coast to Coast AM.
I'll be talking about Birch Gold Group for a long time because they offer a product I believe in, physical gold and silver. They're your hedge against inflation, your safe haven in a crisis, and Birch Gold will ship that gold and silver straight to your door. or they will help you convert an IRA or eligible 401k into an IRA backed by gold and silver. Through a tax loophole, you can convert your retirement savings tied to the stock market into an IRA backed by physical precious metals. And to celebrate their first 100 days on Coast to Coast through September 30th on qualifying orders of gold or silver, they will give you a free safe to store it in. Get your free info kit on precious metals and the special offer by texting COAST to 989898. With thousands of satisfied customers, an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, Birch Gold can help you protect your savings. Text COAST to 989898. Again, text COAST to 989898.
Real people, real stories.
I had acute eczema. I have tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine. It was pretty miserable. So I started taking Carnivora, and at this point, I don't want to ever be without it.
Our little dog developed this lymph problem. The chemotherapy lasted for 6 months. He started developing more lymph nodes that were swelled up. So I thought I'd just try Carnivora. The lymph nodes started to go down, swelling did. Then I took him into the vet to have him checked out, and there was no signs at all inside.
My cat had issues that developed in his eye, so my veterinarian said, you know what, let's go ahead and remove the eye. I heard the carnivore advertising, so I said, you know what, I'm going to order this product. They did all the tests. I kid you not, this product saved his eye.
Call 866-836-8735. That's 866-836-8735. Or visit carnivore.com. That's CARNIVORA.com.
So Thomas is in Bomberton, Texas, by his own admission. It's in the middle of nowhere. He's got this trail camera set up, and he's captured some wildlife on there, a raccoon, a coyote, and in each of these incidents, these animals are staring at a light. Now, what is this light, do you think, Thomas?
Well, can I do a quick side note?
Sure.
The girlfriend came out here and said, can I have your phone? And I said, I'm talking to Coast to Coast. And she goes, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I mean, there's nothing like, love, romance, jealousy, and all the above. So, but, yeah. I mean, I have captured a lot of stuff on trail cams. And anybody out in the country can probably, if you don't have a trail cam, you need to get one because it's crazy. But no, there was this huge light in the sky, and there's no field out there that they would be plowing at 4 in the morning. And it couldn't have been artificial light, that's what I'm getting at. And the little critters in the trail camera looking at it going, what? So I got that. I also got chupacabra.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. So I got a chupacabra on trail cam, like coming in and out of the cattle guard, the cattle gate. Now, I showed it to people, and they go, it's just a mangy coyote. Well, you know what? Coyotes don't look like that. And number two, a mangy coyote is sick. So, they're not going to move like that. So I was going home one day, and this thing darted across the road. And I've never seen anything move that fast in my life. It was kind of like that trail footage from that police car video where they chased it for a while. This thing was unbelievable. So
have you downloaded the video of the chupacabra from your trail cam onto a computer?
It's not video. It's just a picture. Yeah, it's a picture. It's not video.
I got it. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I got it.
Any chance you could send that to me?
Sure, no problem.
All right, just contact me through strangeplanet.ca.
All of that.
Would love to see that.
Say again?
strangeplanet.ca. That's my website. It's strangeplanet.ca. There's a contact page, and I'll email you right back, and then you can send me that. I'd love to see that, Thomas. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Trail camps. Got to get me one of those.
Oh,
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's go to the strange things calling from the Sky Hotline, and Howard is in Vancouver, BC. Good morning, Howard. Welcome to Coast.
Hello, Richard.
Hi there.
Yeah, this is Vancouver, Washington, by the way.
Oh, Vancouver, Washington. Apologies.
Anyway, I had a strange incident I wanted to tell you about. This occurred in Spokane, Washington in 1977. On August 30th of that year, a woman called the Spokane Police Department and reported that someone was throwing rocks at her house. And so the police came out and checked it out, and sure enough, while they were there were rocks hitting the house. Some of them were hitting the roof, some of them were hitting coming in horizontally and smashing the windows and so forth. And they, try as they might, they couldn't determine where they were coming from. And so they called out other units and they staked out the entire area. And couldn't find anything. They stayed there, and the rocks kept coming down day and night for a full week.
My word.
The police chief himself even climbed up on the roof and had a couple of them hit the roof while he was standing up there. And it was in the papers there. And no one ever figured out exactly what it was or where they came from. It ended on August 6th. It lasted a week. And they were just ordinary rocks of various sizes, but they came out of nowhere. Some came straight down vertically. Some came in horizontally and hit the side of the house or smashed the windows.
And they never figured out what was going on?
They never figured it out. But,
that's remarkable.
That was August and September 1977 in Spokane.
My word. That's a real head-scratcher.
It is. I thought you might want to know about that one.
I appreciate it, yeah. I mean, fish, baby frogs, a water spout. Easy explanation. But rocks falling for an entire week?
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds like one of the things that Charles Ford used to write about.
Indeed it does. Hey, Howard, great call. Thanks for checking in from Vancouver, Washington. Let's see. Mike is in St. Peters, Missouri. Mike, good morning. Welcome to Coast.
Hey, I'm still up.
You're still up. You're on, my friend. Yes, I can. Go ahead.
This is wanted to talk about kind of UFO story. I've seen UFOs, I think 7 or 8 different times in my life. This one time, I live in St. Peters, so we're about 15 miles west of Lambert Airport, and all the jets come up right over my house. They're making their turn towards the airport. Anyway, we're out there one night, and when you think of the letter V, like you're in 3rd grade, laid down flat, pointed off, and this thing right over my house is about 5 times the size of a regular jet. Went steady on, like northeast from us, straight line, but it looked like a light. It looked like somebody had a flashlight with a V shape on it and just kind of moving along the sky. It was cloudy, a little cloudy. The clouds didn't have any interference on the light. But it was definitely 2-dimensional. There was no substance to it. It was a weird UFO.
Did it make any sound?
I was wondering if anybody ever seen anything like that, or you ever heard a report on something like that?
Well, we've heard lots about V-shaped craft, but nothing as you describe it, 2-dimensional.
Yeah, it was just like a light. It looked like somebody had a light. Somebody was like way up there, shining this light down here, and just went steady, didn't stagger or move or change course, and just went straight. And you could tell it was just like thin, see-through stuff. It was just like a light. I mean, but it didn't vary, even though there were clouds. The light itself didn't vary whatsoever.
Well, maybe someone else has seen something like that, Mike, and they'll call in. Thanks for the call. Let's see. Let's go to East Texas, and Raul is with us. Good morning, Raul. Welcome to Coast. Do we have Raul? Okay, we lost Raul. Mark is in Las Vegas. Mark, good morning.
Oh, hi, Richard. This is
Hi there.
the second time I'm about to talk to you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks.
My pleasure.
And anyway, I have a short story. And, when I was about 4 years old and still living in South Jersey, and I was in the backyard, and it was during the daytime, and I was just lucky to be looking the right way, and I saw, good size, looked like a good sized stone, and just falling straight down from the sky, and it landed just a few feet away from me, and I heard it go thump on the grass, and of course I was curious, and I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, and I ran inside the house into the kitchen and told my mother about it, and she said, "No, it's probably a falling star," and I didn't know anything about that at that age, and she explained to me about that, and but the thing that's unusual is today is the years and years later, when I was an adult, I was coming home from work. I was working the 4 to 12 shift, and I was coming home after midnight, and I was walking up to the front door of the apartment that I lived at, and this is like going back around 1984, and I saw a shooting star like coming over the roof of the building, like a green color, which is common. That just shows the presence of copper, as far as I know. And that one also landed just a few feet away from me. And I didn't really hear it hit the ground. It might have been like pretty much burned out to nothing by the time it hit the ground, maybe. And but it landed like right next to the front steps. And I looked for that one also. I really looked and looked, and I couldn't find anything. So I was kind of disappointed I couldn't find anything. But that's all I have. I just thought that was kind of unusual that that would happen to somebody twice.
Yeah, I would say, but in neither case were you able to find any remnants from it.
No, and
not even an indentation in the ground where it hit.
No, and now the second one, I'm not really surprised because, like I said, that didn't make a noise, and it might have been like burnt down to hardly anything, maybe. But the first one, I'm kind of surprised that I couldn't find because I heard it hit the ground. I heard it go thump, and it's the size of it's like a good size, looked like a good size stone. And
well, good thing it didn't hit you on top of the head.
It was only a few feet away from me.
You're a very lucky man, Mark. Thank you for checking in from Las Vegas again. Great to hear from you. All right, I think we can squeeze in Annie in Alabama. Hello, Annie. How are you? Annie in Alabama. Hello, Annie. No, we don't have Annie. All right, let's see. I think she's listening, but maybe she's put the phone down. Mayat in New York. Good morning, Mayat. How are you? Do we have Mayat? There you are.
Good morning, beloved community. I was loving recently your music choices, and when I went to send you an email, all the guest hosts, is it Richard at coasttocoastam.com?
I don't have an email at Coast, Mayat. The best thing is just to go to strangeplanet.ca. That's my website.
And I have been there. This is why I'm also trying to contact you, is because I previously talked about the most dangerous book on in the world, and you said that as the anniversary came up of September 11th, 2001, that you would have some interest. So I'll definitely, and I'm very impressed with what you're doing at Strange Planet. But in that book, it connects, and I wasn't sure about Crowley myself in terms of a satanic label.
Yeah, I don't think he was, no.
Well, no. In that book, when you read it, right, and I will follow up, it's a huge connection where the elite, the secret societies, the skull and bones folks, they consider him to be the satanic Luciferian figure. So that's absolutely true, and they show you all the connections that once you unread it, as it were, once you read it, you can't unread it. You can't not understand.
All right. You send that to me and I'll have a look at it. Incidentally, I will be hosting Coast on the 12th of September, which is a Sunday, and so we'll put something together for the 20th anniversary. I'm sure other hosts will be doing the same.
I'm looking forward. It will help us to start to heal ourselves and the planet. Love you, and you stay safe.
All right, Maya. Love you too. Thank you so much. Let's say we have one more call here. Roger's in Lake Jackson, Texas. Hey, Roger. Good morning.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Ian?
My pleasure.
Yes, Roger Lake Jackson. Did you see on Ancient Aliens, one of the most astonishing things I've ever seen? A guy picked up a rock in the desert. They couldn't prove how it was, the emblem was printed on the rock, but it matched a crop circle in England. Almost identical.
Oh, what did this symbol look like?
It had a half moon. It was kind of a moonish.
Right.
I'm sorry, I've looked at it so many times at Google, but with half moon and some other symbols to the side of it. And when they showed crop circles, and really an affiliation was not noted because the coast, it showed that exact thing in a field. And I'm going, my God, what's going on here?
Interesting. And no idea how the symbol ended up on the rock. It wasn't engraved. It wasn't